In Islamic teachings, Allah is described as merciful, compassionate, and just. However, certain traits and behaviors are mentioned in the Qur'an and Hadith that Allah dislikes or disapproves of. These behaviors often go against ethical, moral, and spiritual principles. Some of these include arrogance and pride. Allah dislikes those who are arrogant and consider themselves superior to others. Indeed, Allah does not like the arrogant, the boastful. Quran 31:18. Dishonesty and deceit. Lying, cheating, and betrayal are condemned in Islam. Indeed, Allah does not like the treacherous. Quran 8:58. Injustice. Oppression, tyranny, and unfair treatment of others are disliked by Allah. Indeed, Allah does not like the wrongdoers. Quran 3:57. Wastefulness. Squandering resources or indulging in extravagance is discouraged. Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devils, and ever has Satan been to his Lord ungrateful. Quran 17:27. Spreading corruption. Creating disorder or engaging in activities that harm society or the environment is disapproved of. Indeed, Allah does not like corruption. Quran 2:205. Ungratefulness. Failing to recognize and appreciate Allah's blessings is discouraged. And Allah does not like every ungrateful sinner. Quran 2:276. Breaking promises. Failing to honor commitments or covenants is considered a serious moral failing. Indeed, Allah does not like those who are treacherous and sinful. Quran 4:107. Mocking or ridiculing others. Making fun of or belittling others is forbidden. O you who have believed, let not a people ridicule another people. Perhaps they may be better than them. Quran 49:11. Haughtiness in worship. Neglecting or performing acts of worship with a sense of arrogance or insincerity is disapproved. Indeed, Allah does not like anyone who is self-deluding and boastful. Quran 4:36. Hypocrites are condemned in the Quran for pretending to be believers while secretly rejecting or undermining faith. Indeed, Allah does not like the hypocrites. Quran 4:138. Envy and malice. Feeling envious of others' blessings or harboring ill will is disapproved. Do not wish for that by which Allah has made some of you exceed others. Quran 4:32. Stinginess and greed. Refusing to share wealth or resources with those in need is criticized. Indeed, Allah does not like those who are self-deluding and boastful, who are stingy and enjoin upon people's stinginess. Quran 57:23-24. Indecency and immorality. Openly engaging in or promoting immoral acts is disliked by Allah. Indeed, Allah does not like indecency and immorality. Quran 16:90. Turning away from truth. Rejecting or ignoring Allah's guidance and commands is condemned. Indeed, Allah does not like the disbelievers. Quran 3:32. Disrespecting parents. Being unkind, dismissive, or disrespectful toward parents is strongly discouraged. And we have enjoined upon man goodness to his parents. Quran 29:8. Creating division among people. Spreading discord, backbiting, or gossiping is forbidden. Indeed, Allah does not like those who spread mischief and corruption. Quran 28:77. Being unjust in dealings. Cheating in trade or unfair dealings are condemned. Give full measure when you measure and weigh with a balance that is straight. That is good and better in the end. Quran 17:35. Neglecting prayer. Failing to fulfill the obligation of prayer, salah, or praying without sincerity is discouraged. So woe to those who pray, but who are heedless of their prayer. Quran 107:4-5. Mocking religion or sacred beliefs. Disrespecting or making light of religion is a serious offense. And when you call to prayer, they take it in ridicule and amusement. That is because they are a people who do not use reason. Quran 5:58. Turning away from charity. Refusing to help the poor, orphans, and those in need is frowned upon. And they were not enjoined except to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in religion, inclining to truth, and to establish prayer and to give zakah. Quran 98:5. Hastiness in judgment, acting impulsively or making decisions without careful thought is discouraged. Man was created of haste. I will show you my signs, so do not impatiently urge me. Quran 21:37. Mockery and derision. Ridiculing others, their faith or beliefs is condemned. Indeed, those who committed crimes used to laugh at those who believed. Quran 83:29. Unjust killing. Taking an innocent life is one of the gravest sins in Islam. Whoever kills a soul unless for a soul or for corruption, done in the land, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely. Quran 5:32. Abuse of power. Those who misuse authority to oppress or harm others are condemned. Indeed, Allah does not like the transgressors. Quran 2:190. Neglecting obligations toward kinship. Breaking family ties or neglecting familial duties is strongly disapproved. So would you perhaps, if you turned away, cause corruption on earth and sever your ties of relationship? Quran 47:22. Abandoning trusts. Failing to fulfill entrusted responsibilities is a sign of betrayal. Indeed, Allah commands you to render trusts to whom they are due. Quran 4:58. Complaining excessively about hardships. Showing ingratitude during trials instead of relying on patience and prayer is discouraged. Indeed, man was created anxious, when evil touches him, impatient, and when good touches him, withholding of it. Quran 70:19-21. Showing off, riya. Performing good deeds for the sake of being seen or praised by others is insincere and rejected. Indeed, the hypocrites think to deceive Allah, but He is deceiving them. And when they stand for prayer, they stand lazily, showing themselves to the people. Quran 4:142. Excessive love of wealth. Being overly attached to material possessions at the expense of spiritual growth is frowned upon. Woe to every scorner and mocker who amasses wealth and counts it. Quran 104:1-2. Despairing of Allah's mercy. Losing hope in Allah's forgiveness and mercy is considered a form of disbelief. Indeed, no one despairs of relief from Allah except the disbelieving people. Quran 12:87. Harboring hatred and hostility. Without just cause, unjustified hatred, hostility, or animosity is discouraged. And do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to righteousness. Quran 5:8. Breaking promises with Allah. Making vows or commitments to Allah and failing to fulfill them is seen as a serious offense. And fulfill the covenant of Allah when you have taken it, and do not break oaths after their confirmation. Quran 16:91. Mocking or rejecting Allah's signs. Disbelieving in or ridiculing the signs of Allah's existence and guidance is condemned. Indeed, those who take a false oath by Allah and mock His verses will have a painful punishment. Quran 3:77. Neglecting zakat, charitable giving. Withholding wealth from the poor and failing to give obligatory charity is disapproved. And those who hoard gold and silver and spend it not in the way of Allah, give them tidings of a painful punishment. Quran 9:34. Boasting about good deeds. Highlighting one's generosity or good deeds to seek recognition or to demean others is discouraged. O you who have believed, do not invalidate your charities with reminders or injury. Quran 2:264. Oppression and tyranny. Using power or influence to oppress others is strongly condemned. Indeed, Allah does not like the transgressors. Quran 2190. Spying and backbiting. Invading others' privacy or speaking ill of others behind their backs is forbidden. And do not spy or backbite each other. Would one of you like to eat the flesh of his brother when dead? You would detest it. Quran 49:12. Wasting time in idleness or sin. Engaging in activities that distract from worship and meaningful pursuits is discouraged. And those who turn away from ill speech. Quran 23:3. Ingratitude toward others. Failing to show appreciation for the kindness or help of others is seen as a form of ingratitude toward Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "He who does not thank people does not thank Allah." Hadith, Tirmidhi. Rejecting advice and guidance. Dismissing sincere advice or turning away from righteous counsel is discouraged. And when it is said to him, "Fear Allah," pride in the sin takes hold of him. Sufficient for him is hellfire. Quran 2:206. Excessive attachment to dunya, worldly life. Prioritizing worldly pleasures and material gains over spiritual growth is discouraged. Whoever desires the life of this world and its adornments, we fully repay them for their deeds therein, and they will not be deprived. Quran 11:15. Rejoicing in others' misfortune. Feeling happy about someone else's hardship is unkind and discouraged. Do not rejoice over the misfortune of your brother, lest Allah have mercy on him and test you with the same. Hadith, Tirmidhi. Being harsh and unforgiving. Refusing to forgive others or being unnecessarily harsh in dealings is disapproved. And let them pardon and overlook. Would you not like that Allah should forgive you? Quran 24:22. Exploitation of the weak. Taking advantage of those who are vulnerable, such as orphans, widows, or the poor, is strongly condemned. Indeed, those who devour the property of orphans unjustly are only consuming into their bellies fire. Quran 4:10. Harming neighbors. Treating neighbors poorly or causing them harm goes against Islamic ethics. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "He is not a believer whose neighbor is not safe from his harm." Hadith, Bukhari and Muslim. These teachings aim to foster a society based on justice, compassion, and mutual respect. Muslims are encouraged to reflect on these traits, avoid them, and strive to embody qualities that Allah loves, such as kindness, patience, and sincerity.